flying. Passport pros can't escape. Somebody else said, passport bros, turn off location. If I could be completely honest with you, I don't think this is a passport bros type situation.
The way these white folks set up these days, honey, I get them fired from their job. I get them fired from their job. I get them fired from their job.
But then she starts calling my boss. She carried you.
She said it was.
Savage Red Recovery said,
We want people in the US whites.
Everything to keep.
Those I went back with.
going back there where I only have electricity. Back to Nigeria, back to my village with my fam, where we don't have electricity from 12 to 6. We don't care about what your Africans with 12-hour electricity that are scared to go back to their motherfucking village with no power and no Wi-Fi. We don't give a fuck trying to get some of that pasty puss. She probably don't even squirt. She probably squirt mayonnaise with her pale, sulfur-ridden skin and her dog hair on her head.
And let me tell you one thing: racism, race.
We get revenge on these niggas. All y'all go to hell, period. Y'all over there, boy, y'all so scared to go back to your hut and your foo-foo that y'all over here, oh, these boys.
See, you're so scared to go back to questions. Guys, Sarah Garvey, it.
Yeah, I've been learning a lot.
Nobody, what?
Take their fight.
They welcome anybody that was arrogant, he wasn't entitled.
Come on. And where are all these clothes from?
Look at it, this is a white man in Africa. They're not giving him population. What do you guys think?
The way these white folks set up these days, honey, I get them fired from their job. I get them fired from their job.
Fired because a kid.
So, sir, please tell us how this woman is going to thirst trap. I would like for you to explain to us.
Yeah, I mean, of course, she didn't just try.
He says, it's sad a white women, not woman, it's sad a white women getting that bag and you on the net thirst trapping and she doesn't and doing better than you, not than you, but than you. Sir, first of all,
So, the reason why we had to go from pacifist to militant when it comes to starving the women that I just played in the in the videos right now is because of that reason. I can assure you that that same woman, you are going to get pander bears. You are going to get people who call her queen. You are going to get people who do that kind of thing, right? You're going to get those guys. We all know that. That's a part of the territory, right? However, just understand that if you were in the same situation, or if your channel was under attack, that same woman would not help you, but she would actually aid in the attack. The only reason why she's doing that right now is for the simple fact of the color of the woman. Now, granted, this same woman claims to have a Nigerian brother-in-law. What I think the issue is with her, however, is that she is upset that she was not selected, right, by any men. And from what I understand, she's a single mom. From what I understand, her, she's calling herself Six the Goddess, which in essence is basically translation. I'm a single mom, but I believe that everybody should worship the ground I walk on. Now, I'm not making this video because I'm defending just pearly things. What I'm making the video is to show you why we had to go militant instead of taking a pacifist standpoint. At first, it used to be that the Western woman, for example, no matter who she is, be it a Karen, be it a Keisha, be it a Ling Ling, be it a Maria, who was westernized and who bought into the social engineering which they caused, it used to be that you were designed to just take everything that they did on the chin and have a pacifist type of mentality. In other words, be the better man. But since it has gotten so out of hand right now, that is no longer the option. You can no longer do that. Of course, I'm not calling it violence. I would never do that. What I am saying is that we took a more militant approach, and now it's at the point where guys such as myself have starved women of attention in this country. This is by choice. I know it sounds crazy, but I already made the hijra of the heart and the hijra of the mind. I'll repeat what Nipsey Hussle said. When you travel the world, you ain't coming back the same. Now, with me and my travels and knowing what is out there, this is why I have starved off the modern Western woman. Okay? The end goal is very difficult to reach. We understand that. However, in the process of the end goal, you must become militant in regards to dealing, or I should say not dealing with them. Okay? I know guys, I know this is hard, that you want companionship, you want those kind of things. You feel like that you need those kind of things. But you shouldn't like feel like you need those kind of things. You were built to be able to be by yourself until you get to a position where you can be somewhere else. Okay? Now, I'm not defending just pearly things, as I said before. Well, I want to play something else that show why we had to become militant in walking with our feet and just cutting them off completely, okay? I hate to say this, okay? I'm going to hate to say this. But for the majority of women here in the West, they have like basically they have the imprint of being lewd and licentious, basically. As it shows here, right? Shout outs to Aphrodamus, that it's not just the Black American woman, the Karen, or the Ling Ling or Maria. It's also the second generation African, or the first generation African, who has adopted the same thing. Okay? There was this one Tanzanian woman who had the imprint of a 304. But let me go ahead and go into his thing.
husband seems to be happy where he is. Everything he wants, to me, is a trap. I've got.
So this video was an older video, but it just showed that like that it was kind of like the husband was having no modesty at all in letting the wife share things that she wasn't supposed to share. Okay. And so what I'm saying is that where did it, like, what I'm getting at is where did it get us when we did accept that? Like when we accepted, like, oh, okay, well, I wasn't one that accepted it. I often was mad at women's behaviors when they still exhibited these behaviors. Where did it get men when we accepted those kind of actions? Where did it get men when we just agreed with everything that women said? Where did it get men where when you became a male feminist? Okay, when certain dudes became a male feminist, right? So what I'm saying is that the militancy in which we are having now is a result of everything that they did and everything that unfortunately we gave them. Okay? And in reality, they already had it. But what happened is it just became on overdrive. It just got to a point where they have it, but now they didn't want us to have anything. What became something that really was not necessary because they were already getting it became depriving us of anything at all, meaning any say so in the features we like in women, any say so in the type of women that we want in terms of kids, like to have a family with and things like that. And also the type of personality of women we want. And the control over the terms of the relationship, which no longer exists here in the West. I hate to say it, but this generation is pretty much doomed. And the next one to come is pretty much doomed because their mothers decided to do the same thing. And rather than lead their children aright, they decided to lead them down to the dark path with them. Okay? Now I want to talk more about this Six, the goddess character, for the simple fact that she very much is a misandrist as well. Okay? You saw her with Kevin Samuels, but we already know that was the chameleon trap. Alright? So when you saw that, just understand that that was for clout, basically. The thing is that she makes thirst traps on her page. Okay? basically, she's like, and I'm gonna get into it even more because this is gonna upset a lot of people and ruffle feathers. And I'm gonna end this video after this. But basically, with her, I'm looking at her Instagram, and all she does is post these thirst traps. I pop out looking like a knockout. And then you have these simps saying you are fine and you are fine, a fly, and the sexiest queen alive. Now this is how a grown woman gets dressed. No see-through outfits, bra, and thongs nonsense going on in the public. We need more of this. Thanks, queen. You look like art, a black oil painting. Lord, I'm trying to stay strong, but this woman looks good. And to be honest, she's not that good looking, okay? I can go to my village and find a woman far more better looking. I can go to Cabo Verde, hit up my uncle, and find a woman way better looking than her. Actually, unknowing to people, and I don't want to give this destination away because Passport Pookies, I don't want them to infiltrate this place, you know, but ironically, you can find people of what they call melanin in this place as well. Actually, you can find them in all types of different color, all different types of color, okay? Or as they say, all different types of hue. I was invited there to spend the last 10 days of Ramadan, and I'm thinking of taking up the offer. Now, you look at her, and the wall is clearly hit. She still is posting thirst traps, okay? I don't see a man in this equation. All I see is a dog, basically. And when you just see a woman just constantly posting, right? She has narcissistic personality disorder most of the time. How many selfies can you post? You know, how many can you really post? And what she's mad at about Africans is that most Africans pretty much either A, we're like, okay, let me try to get a whatchamacallit. Let me try to get a target practice in on this woman. B, let me try to get a green card and a visa. And so what I want to say is that when I see women and men alike advocate for black love and things like that, I laugh at them. For the simple fact that, number one, most populations, and I'm not trying to talk no pseudoscience or anything like that. I'm not trying to do pseudoscience. But there's even a hadith that alluded to this fact. You know, I think it had to do, I forgot the exact hadith, but there was the saying of the prophet that in essence alluded to the fact that originally the Arabs were dark people, and that because of the mixture and the admixture of different people, such as Romans, such as Turkic, such as Levantines, such as Persians, created what we see today. Even in the population of North Africa, the original population was pretty much looking like me. But you had so many invaders, and you also had colonizers, of course. But even when you look at descriptions in old Arabic sources, they say that the Arabs that came there were not very many in number, and a lot of them were dark, you know. Now, what I want to say is that you can't be an advocate for something that's not even existent. What you're advocating for is not even existent in Western society. I'm going to be honest, I hate to be the bearer of bad news, but black love is non-existent in Western society. You know, you probably have only a minuscule examples of that even going on. So, you know, she tries to guilt trip Africans because the thing is, she calls herself Nefertiti, and, you know, real Nubian women don't look like her. And it's like, okay, you're saying this, but you're not even a real Nubian. In fact, you're an insult to Nubians. I'm not, you know, I don't want to do this, but I'm just going to show you a couple of thirst traps that she posts. And I'm not trying to give you the sin, you know, I'm not trying to give you the sin, but these are a couple of thirst traps she posts. She calls herself Nefertari Jr. Okay, she calls herself that. You know, I guess alluding to like Nubians, but this is what a real Nubian looks like, though. This is what a real Nubian looks like. And I'll end on this note, okay? This is a Nubian woman in Egypt, okay? You can tell, wholesome. You know, looks like she has a family. Let me see. This is another Nubian with a child. Hold on, one more.
My name is Saida. And I am 23 years old. And I finished my study in university. I study social work, social welfare.
And will you get a job?
No, not yet.
What kind of job would you like?
So you see the difference between the two, and of course I will perform I would prefer the latter, which I just showed you, versus the former. You know, I'm not even touching the former. I'm not, you know, even like, which I'm not going to stay here, by the way. But if I were to stay in this country, hypothetically speaking, if, let's just say, if I had the plan of staying in this country, I would be making knuckle babies all day long. Okay? It's just that it's gotten to the point where I don't even want to procreate or anything to do with any of these women. Okay? Including women like that I just showed you previously, before I showed you the video of the Nubian woman, the real Nubian woman. But with that being said, that's all I got for now, guys. Again, the point of this video was to show the behaviors that made men more militant instead of pacifist. But of course, unfortunately, you do have a couple of those simps that are, you know, godly. They just, ugh. You know what I mean? And guess what? She didn't reply to any of them. I don't even know if she even liked the comment. It's crazy, bro. It's crazy. Because the thing is, they say that this woman is unprotected. They say all these things, but they don't look at the actions which she engages in before they make their assessment. This is what makes me like, just like, bro, like, you know, on a final note, there was this one woman who commented on one of the comments I left on another, you know, another content creator's channel. And she said, she talked about how Nigerian men are checking for belligerent women. And I said the only reason why Nigerian men would be checking for belligerent women is because they want their visa and their green card. You're not their first choice, okay? And I've talked to many other Africans and they all say the same thing, that you're not the first choice. So don't flatter yourself. But anyhow, with that being said, leave your thoughts and leave your comments. Forgive me if I said anything wrong. I know it's Ramadan, and you know, I try to keep it as cool as possible, you know. But Fuller signing out. Leave your thoughts, leave your comments. SYS and B. Save yourself, Muslim brother. Inshallah.